This is a scary story. There once was a lone traveler who stumbled upon an abandoned town. It was the type of place where the streets had been ripped up by time and nature. The buildings were crumbling and the windows were shattered. But there was one strange thing that stood out. Every clock in the town had stopped at exactly midnight. There were clocks on the buildings, clocks on the walls, even clocks on the abandoned cars. And as the traveler looked around, they couldn't help but feel like they were being watched. At first, they thought it was just their imagination. But then they heard a noise, a creaking sound that seemed to come from the buildings themselves. Then they saw them, the townspeople. They began to appear in the windows and doorways, pale and translucent figures who seemed to be replaying the events that had transpired. On that fateful night all those years ago, the traveler watched in horror as these ghosts went about their business, reliving their final moments over and over again. It was then that the traveler realized that this town was cursed, trapped in a never-ending loop of death and despair. And as night began to fall, they knew they had to escape before the clock struck midnight, for they too became part of the story. They ran through the deserted streets, dodging